Hey there, Trisha here. I want to go over Friday's trades. I actually did not have any trades on Friday, and I will show you why. If you'd like to get these two setups that I use, you can go to www.easyeMinitrade.com and get the setups, indicators, indicator files, along with the rules and checklists and so forth. But anyway, I'm going to show you Friday. What you're looking at right now is a 60-minute chart and a 15-minute chart, and really Friday, as you'll see, it just was in a really tight range. It really wasn't going anywhere. It was not really a trending day. As you can see on the 60-minute chart here, it was, it was definitely below the moving average for a majority of the day, but there really wasn't a trend there. So unless you're somebody who's got a setup that works for very quick scalps, in and out, that was about all that was setting up majority of the day on Friday. What you're looking at now is I'm showing you a smaller minute chart, and the top one is the beginning of the day and the bottom one is the end of the day. I could not fit both of them on one line, so this way you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. The indicator that I use down here will tell me when the market is trending, and I know some days the market is trending and my indicator is not saying it's trending, but this indicator, I will only enter a trade when it is in the red territory. So that's what I look for in one part of my setups, for actually both my setups, either on the longer tick chart or the smaller tick chart. I have to have my indicator in the red. Majority of the day, this is the tick. Most of the day it's spent below zero, so I don't ever take a long until they get into positive territory. So, we didn't have anything really setting up for majority of the day. Then at about 3 o'clock, we actually had a setup occur on our longer tick chart. So now what we do is we would look to our smaller tick chart for an entry. So on the smaller tick chart, we actually did have confirmation of the setup, and we also did have it on the smaller minute chart. But what makes this setup probably extraordinary is that we actually had to set up on the longer tick chart and the smaller tick chart for a scalp trade. So chances are, when we were getting into this trade, I did not take it because I don't trade in the afternoon on Friday. But if you do trade in the afternoon on Friday and you were to take this, obviously it was a great setup because you did have, both entry setups setting up on the longer tick chart and on the smaller tick chart. All the indicators were confirming that you could go long here. So if you did go long here, and let's just say that you only traded one contract and you used the trail method of the pivot to exit, you would have exited based off of this pivot right here, and you would have been stopped out at 773.75, and you would have got in here based on the scalp indicator at 763.25. So you would have had an awesome gain of 10.5. So that would have been the only thing that would have set up for me if I trade in the afternoon on Friday. But my rules, I don't trade in the afternoon on Friday, but a lot of people do. So when you have a day like today where everything is just in a very tight range, you really don't have high odds of something working for you. By the time you get into something, if you're not using a specific setup or a specific plan, it's going to go the opposite way. It's going to go against you. So unless you were jumping in and jumping out, just grabbing one or two here without any definite plan, that, in my opinion, would have been the only way that you would have made money today. And, a lot of people do trade like that. I just don't trade like that. So if you go to www.easyeMinitrade.com, you can get these two specific setups and indicators and indicator files and so forth, and everything that you will need to do these two setups. Obviously, I wish I did trade on Friday afternoon now, because that would have definitely been well worth the wait. But I just don't trade on Friday afternoons. So I hope that helps, and we'll look for you on the next video.